Hey Browns fans! The Cleveland Browns, a franchise haunted by years of offensive ineptitude and a carousel of failed draft picks, may have just found something truly special in this year's NFL Draft. And no, it's not just rookie quarterbacks Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel, though they certainly have their own intriguing narratives. The spotlight is subtly shifting to someone else. I'm going to tell you all about it in detail, so hit that like button and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes scoop. Now, here's a name that's not on billboards or in fantasy drafts yet, but maybe should be Quentin Judkins. And if analyst Lance Riesland is right, this kid could be the spark that Browns fans have been begging for, perhaps without even realizing it. Now think about it. The Browns had the worst offense in the league last season, 15.2 points per game. That's not just bad. It's historic futility. Combine that with the worst turnover differential in the league, and you've got one of the bleakest defensive scenarios in recent memory. The situation was so bad that hope wasn't just gone, it was all but gone. And yet, something changed this offseason. The Browns didn't spend money in free agency, they didn't go chasing headlines, but what did they do? They recruited differently. Strategically. Purposefully. And that starts with Judkins. Riesland didn't mince words. "I think it's Judkins," he said when asked which rookie would make the biggest impact. And it's not hard to see why. Judkins isn't some high-risk boom-or-bust flyer. He's consistency personified. Over 3 seasons in both the SEC and Big Ten, the man put up over 1,000 yards and 14 touchdowns every single year. Think about that. No off years. No question marks. Just production. And this isn't just a guy who gets yardage in garbage time. Riesland highlights something most fans overlook: winning first down. It might not sound sexy, but starting a drive with a solid 4 to 6 yard gain sets up everything else. It keeps the playbook wide open. Keeps defenses guessing. And Judkins is tailor-made for that role. Even before he knows the full scheme, he's going to be grinding out second and manageable situations. That's how you keep an offense alive. At just 21 years old, Judkins brings something else, a realistic replacement for Nick Chubb. Let's pause here, because saying that out loud feels almost sacrilegious. Chubb isn't just a fan favorite, he's the embodiment of Cleveland toughness, the engine of this offense. But with injury questions surrounding him, the need for a new leader in the backfield was urgent. Judkins might not be Chubb yet, but he's versatile, durable, and explosive, and he's hungry. And he's not alone. Let's not forget the Browns also picked up Dylan Sampson in the 4th round, 1,491 yards and 22 touchdowns at Tennessee last season. That's an absurd stat line. If used correctly, the Browns could rotate in 2 backs with different styles but complementary skill sets, giving Kevin Stefanski options he hasn't had in years. Imagine the wide zone offense functioning like it's designed to, with Judkins hammering defenses early and Sampson breaking ankles in space. But here's where things get really interesting, because all this offensive potential could mean absolutely nothing if the offensive line doesn't hold. That's the elephant in the room, and analyst Trevor Sakima isn't sugarcoating it. Joel Bitonio and Wyatt Teller are both north of 30, with declining PFF grades. Center Ethan Posick gave up more pressures than any year since his rookie campaign. Jack Conklin is on a contract year. And DeJuan Jones? He's the guy they're banking on at right tackle despite a sub-50 PFF grade last year. Let that sink in. This offense, with all its new toys and revamped scheme, is still being protected by a line that allowed 66 sacks last season. That's not just a red flag, it's a blaring siren. If this unit can't keep it together, none of the excitement around Judkins or the rookie quarterbacks will matter. The offensive line will either be the platform for this offense's resurrection or the anchor that drags it back into the abyss. Which brings us to the man who put all these pieces in motion, GM Andrew Berry. It's not an exaggeration to say that his future in Cleveland hinges on this draft class. The 2025 draft wasn't just another swing at improvement, it was a make-or-break moment. And Berry? He's made more misses than hits. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah was his home run pick, but now even he's sidelined for 2025 with a severe neck injury. That leaves Judkins, Mason Graham, and potentially one of the rookie QBs as his next chance at redemption. Passing on Travis Hunter at number 2 to grab Graham at number 5 was bold, maybe even reckless, but it underscores just how desperately Berry needed foundational talent. Mason Graham needs to dominate. Judkins needs to carry the offense. One of those QBs needs to become the guy. And Harold Fannin Jr., the record-setting tight end? He needs to become a reliable target in a receiving core that lacks experience and pop. So here we are, standing at the edge of what could be a defining season for the Browns. A roster injected with youth, with hope, but also burdened by expectations and past failures. It's not just about talent anymore, it's about execution, health, consistency, grit. And Judkins might be the unlikely hero in a city that's been waiting far too long for someone to believe in again. What do you think, Browns Nation? Is Quinton Judkins the future of our offense? Do you trust Andrew Berry's vision for the team? Drop a comment below. Because here's the bottom line, Browns fans, it's all coming to a head in 2025. This season isn't just another chapter, it's the climax of a narrative that's been simmering for years. All the draft picks, the free agency moves, the quarterback experiments, everything is being judged now under the harshest light. And nobody feels that pressure more than Andrew Berry. After the Deshaun Watson trade, a move already being whispered about as one of the worst in NFL history, Berry has to get this right. And let's not gloss over the quarterbacks. Dillon Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders. Two players from marquee programs, each bringing different strengths and expectations. But make no mistake, both are long shots to be the long-term answer. History shows us that rookie QBs rarely flourish behind shaky offensive lines or inconsistent offensive identities. If either of them flashes even a glimpse of franchise potential this season, that's a monumental win. But if neither does, that trade for the number 2 pick might become Berry's lifeline, his final shot to get the franchise quarterback right in 2026. And don't think the front office doesn't know it. Owner Jimmy Haslam made it crystal clear during the league meetings in March, this draft, this season, is critical. It's not just about building a good roster anymore. It's about survival. The narrative around Berry has shifted from potential architect of a new Browns era to a GM whose future is dangling by a thread. And with 7 draft picks this year, he needs at least 3 of them, to not just contribute, but become foundational pieces. So let's zoom back in. Quinton Judkins, Mason Graham, Dillon Gabriel, Harold Fannin Jr. Carson Schwesinger, Dylan Sampson, Shedeur Sanders. These aren't just names on a depth chart, they're the possible building blocks of the next great Browns team, or the final pieces of another failed rebuild. And maybe that's why there's a buzz this offseason that feels different. It's not loud. It's not cocky. It's quiet. Focused. Almost like the entire franchise knows what's at stake and is preparing for war, not with words, but with actions. So, Browns fans, we turn to you. Do you believe in this rookie class? Will Judkins be the guy? Can Berry redeem himself and finally set this franchise on the right path? Let us know in the comments, smash that like button if you believe this team is building something special, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a moment of this new Browns era. Go Browns!